Hi friends, my name's Aaron. Today I'm going to take you through a quick equipment-free workout that is going to help relieve stress, lower your blood pressure, lower your resting heart rate, increase stamina, pretty much all good things. Help your physical health, help your emotional health, help your mental health, all these things. So we're going to run you through some quick tips about what these exercises are, how you do them properly, what you could do if you can't achieve this certain exercise, and then just some other tips. So follow along. All right, first tip, and I would say the most important, is hydration. I always have a water bottle with me. This is just refillable. Hit the tap. If you're not hydrated, your body can't perform as well as it should. Some people get headaches all the time. A lot of that is connected to dehydration. But if your cells and your muscles don't have proper hydration, they're not going to be able to perform properly. So if you're not drinking water all the time, and kind of graphic, but if your urine's not very light yellow to clear, then you should drink some water. Doesn't have to drink a lot at once, but just throughout the day, make sure you're drinking water. But that's tip number one. Tip number two, don't jump in over your head. And when I say that, I mean a lot of people want to start exercising and they want to go as hard as they can, as fast as they can. Oh, I used to exercise a couple years ago and I could just jump right back into it. That's how you're going to get injured. Don't do that. Always start as close to your capability level as possible, and probably even a couple effort points under that. You're not going to benefit yourself if you get injured when you start to work out. So start as light as you can, start as easy as you can, and then kind of figure out what your body is telling you. If you're really sore for a few days, let it recover. If you're not, then maybe pick it up the next time you're exercising. But that's tip number two. Don't overdo it. Tip number three, give yourself a warm up. Usually I like to do a little bit of jump rope, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes of jump rope, running in place, really anything. For this workout, I'm going to take you on kind of a more calisthenic based, a little bit of jumping jacks, some more dynamic movements, but that's going to help warm your muscles up so that when you are ready to start really working them, they're not cold. Because some people get tight joints, some people have tight muscles, and if you jump right into it, that's another risk of injury. Sorry. All right, fourth and final tip, try to be as consistent as you can. No one's gonna be an Instagram model overnight or anything like that. Just do your best, let your body recover, and then when you're ready for it, start working out again. And if you feel like you're just ready to keep rolling, keep upping the ante, keep pushing yourself harder and harder. And that prolonged progress is going to come. But all these crash diets and things that, oh, you'll lose all this weight really quick, is BS. Let's be real. Nothing but hard work and consistency is going to lead to actual progress, lasting progress. So be as consistent as you can, but also be real with yourself. It's crazy to expect that you're gonna kind of achieve all these things very quickly, but set realistic goals. You know, if you do so many of an exercise one day, maybe in 2 weeks you'd like to be able to do a little bit more, and that's the kind of minimal goal setting that you should go for. And that's last tip. And now we're gonna start going through some kind of exercise tutorials. All right, our first warm-up exercise is going to be jumping jacks. We'll do 10 of them, but I'm going to walk you through the proper form first. All right. Starting position for a jumping jack. Feet together, a little closer than shoulder width apart, hands by your sides, chest up. And then when you start, you're going to jump, you're going to bring your feet out and your arms up. That's part of it. And then you just jump back in. And that's one jumping jack. A lot of people get off rhythm, but it's all right to stop and then just restart. So we'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just going to loosen you up. All right, next warm-up exercise is going to be a lunge. I'll show you how to do it, and we'll just do a couple to warm up. So same starting position as a jumping jack. You could either put your hands on your hips. I usually just keep them down by my side, but Feet are together. When I say chest up, I mean chest up and try to pinch your shoulder blades together, almost like pretend there's a pencil and you're trying to hold it together. And it's going to keep your posture correct. And now, to start the lunge, I'm going to use my left leg first. I'm going to step out, plant, and then drop this right knee towards the ground. Because you don't want this knee to go past your toe, so it's too much stress on your knee. And then you come back up, go forward with your right, drop that knee, and back up. And that's one, and then I'll show you from the side. Same position, and then go left leg, and go space. Left leg steps out, drop that knee, and up. See how my toe, or my knee isn't going past my toe? Step out with my right leg, drop down, because a lot of people want to lean, and that's too much stress. And back up. So now we'll do 5 for each leg. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, last one, 5. Good. My heart rate's already up. Now we're going to do, it's called a donkey kick. It's going to help warm up your legs some more. You get down on all fours, knees together, hands a little close to shoulder width, whatever's comfortable. And then I'm going to start with my right leg. And I'll show you a side view so you get an idea. But you pretty much bring it back and you kick like a donkey. But bring that foot way up high so you feel it all through your hamstring and up into your butt. And you could do the same leg multiple times or switch every time. I like to do one leg at a time, but I'll show you the side view also. So we go right leg, back straight, kind of have your back as flat as possible, like the puppy belly. Push your stomach out so your back is nice and tight, and then stretch, stretch, stretch. Do some of those. Switch legs. There you go. All right, this next one is same position. Call it either a fire hydrant or a dirty dog, but this is gonna work your outside muscle. I think it's the hip abductor, but it's pretty much just that classic cartoon dog movement. You're gonna bring your leg out and in, out and in, out and in. And the side view, kind of the same posture. Keep your leg in this angle and out, out, out. And that's gonna help warm up your hips. So when we start going, you're nice and loose and ready to do all those movements. Before we get going, grab a sip of water. Well, we're about to kick it off, and I wrote down what this workout's gonna look like. So here you go. Jumping jacks, squats, push-ups, planks, sun gods, which are arm rotations, and 8-count bodybuilders. I'm gonna do 10 of each, 30-second planks, but walk you through what those exercises all look like. But I wrote 15 minutes because the idea is you do your 10 jumping jacks, squats, push-ups, planks, sun gods, and bodybuilders. And if it's not 15 minutes yet, then you start over again. And then you keep going until you hit that 15-minute mark. So try to do all these exercises as many times as you can in 15 minutes. So start here, run through it, go to the top, say it's 7 minutes. Run through it, maybe you got 1 more minute, try to get through it a little bit more. And I always write this stuff down because it's good to know just where you're at. And I've been writing this stuff down for a long time because it's good to know what happens. I had my shoulder rebuilt a couple years ago and couldn't exercise. And now at least I have an idea of where I was and how I progressed to work back up to where I was. And I'm actually better now. But this is what we're doing. So we're going to start with jumping jacks, which we already covered. So let's knock out 10. And now we're ready to get going. So I'm going to run through this once, just an example, and then I'll break down the exercises individually again. All right, so 10 jumping jacks. And then squats. Then we go into push-ups. Planks, similar. And nice straight back. I like to do a low plank, because less stress on the shoulders, kind of using your skeleton more. You could find what's comfortable. You could go up, get that crunch, but flat's fine. And that's for 30 seconds. Then we go to sun gods. And these are arms out, spread your feet out, and then rotate. Picture you're making a dinner plate with each hand. You go 10 forward, 10 backwards. And you bring your arms front. This is going to help your shoulders. So the little muscles in there, anterior and posterior deltoid, your deltoid. A lot of stuff in there that needs work. And then 8 count bodybuilders. These are the toughest ones, that's why I put them last. But you start in this up position. Down, spread your feet apart, bring them back together. Down, down, jump. And that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just running through that first rotation got me breathing heavy. And it reminded me of something that I left out. That's super important. Breathing while you're exercising. A lot of people want to hold their breath like they're straining really hard, and that almost like a natural response, but you really have to focus on your breathing, because it's going to keep the oxygen flowing in your muscles and keep lactic acid from building up. That's what causes your muscles to tire out. That acid gets in there, and then that's what that pump is, that soreness that you feel. So make sure you breathe, like doing squats. Take your breath, go down, and then the hard part, when you're pushing up, is when you want to breathe out. Same thing with a push-up. Be in the up position. And that's going to help you exercise a little bit harder, a little bit longer, just because you're going to have that constant, fresh oxygen supply to your muscles. All right, so now here's the challenge. Do those as many times as you can, that whole circuit that I showed you, in 15 minutes. And see what you could do, and try to mark that down. All right, proper squat form. I like to go a little wider than shoulder width with my feet. Have my toes pointing not straight forward, but a little bit out. And then I like to keep my arms in front of me, but you're gonna, almost like you're taking a seat. get low, keep your chest up, and then up. From the side, it's like this. Kind of got back bent, butt out, feet are still pointing out, and then going back, if you're sitting down, and up. Lean too far back. Back, up, back, up, back, up. So 10 of those for this workout. All right, push-up form. This one's tough. A lot of people have difficulty with push-ups. I was in the Marine Corps for a while, so you kind of have to learn to love them. But I keep my hands about shoulder width apart, almost like an up plank position, and I'll give you a side view also. But hands are under you. A lot of people like to go straight out. I like to keep my elbows almost 45 degrees out, and down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and same thing. 10 of those. But first, the side view. So here we are, about shoulder width, flat back, and then not going like this, not going like this, kind of in between. So 10 of those. And planks are a tough one too. Kind of the same thing. You could either do your planks in that push-up position, which I always call an up plank, but I prefer, like I showed earlier, the low plank, which is you get on your elbows, and then you kind of use your humerus muscle connected to your shoulder to keep your support. So that way the focus is on your abs and not the smaller shoulder muscles that'll wear out and start shaking. So do this for 30 seconds. And same thing, keep your breathing. And the sun gods are meant to be working these little muscles. When you're doing them, arms should be straight across, flat. You could do them like this, hands up, really whatever you want. But you're just kind of tracing a circle, tracing a circle, tracing a circle. Forward, backwards, and then you're doing the same thing when they're out in front, and then same thing when they're up above. And that's your proper sun god shoulder exercise for this circuit. Now I'm gonna run through the whole thing and see how far I could get in this 15-minute time limit. So see you on the other side. Well, just did the 15-minute circuit. Didn't seem that bad. No, I'm kidding. It was tough. I think I got through it 3 or 4 times, but I hope you did well. If you made it through all the way, awesome. Keep at it. Try to beat that stop-off point the next time you do it. But yeah, I'm out of breath right now. But I wanted to start this video right after I got done. just to show that, yeah, if you do feel winded, if you do feel tired, that means you did something. There's a lot of videos on the internet of people doing workouts and they're not sweating and they're in full makeup or something like that, and it's not reality. I'm pretty sweaty, pretty tired. Was more tired than I thought I would be, honestly, but it felt good. And it took 15 minutes, no longer with the warm-up, but I'm glad you decided to tune in, and hopefully you did well. And if you didn't do well, just keep working. And what I'm gonna do is walk around in circles for a little bit, try to focus on my breathing as a way to cool down. I always breathe in on my left foot, so, and then back out on my left foot. So, and that's just a way that I learned to help regulate my breathing. It's a way to bring my heart rate down smoothly. And when you're done a tough workout, you don't necessarily want to just lay there. You know, let your body cool down. So keep moving, let your heart rate come back down to a normal level. And then once you're actually like feeling a little closer to normal, if you feel any tight spots, go ahead and stretch them out. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sip some water. You don't want to chug a bunch of water at once, but just keep sipping water. And then I'm gonna eat something. I'm vegetarian, so probably some plant-based protein or a salad or some rice and beans or something, but you don't need to eat a bunch of meat just to build muscle. But you don't want to eat too much right after your workout. Just get something in your system within about 20 minutes at the end of your workout. That way your muscles that just got worked out can soak that stuff up. And then maybe in another 90 or so minutes, and then eat a good meal. Well-balanced meal. And keep drinking water the rest of the day. And by morning, you'll probably be ready to go again. But thanks for coming along, and hope to see you out there. All right, bye.